Right. We're back
Again.
I'm Raven.
I'm Amirah.
And this is
Unfiltered.
Yeah. You already know what it is. Sorry, I didn't say it with you because that's where I was in my head.
That's fine.
It's like silent out. Okay. Today is our last serious topic for the year.
Yeah.
Like we can't just be easygoing all the time, you know? It'll be a little spicy sometimes. So today our topic is releasing to receive. You know, more specifically, we want to talk about how your new life is going to cost you your old one.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to get into what that means, what needs to be released in order for the things you actually want to come in.
Yeah. And I think I must say, like, for me personally, there's no specific moment, like it just hits you all of a sudden, like you're going through life. It's like a lot of changes you have to make, and you wouldn't see the effect of it at once, but one day when you, without even realizing it, say if like, just for example, that one person that was like draining energy and you release from that, gets to take a step back from that person. One day you'll be around them and like, I feel I'm not getting the feelings I used to feel.
It's clarity.
Clarity. So it's a lot of steps in between, but we're gonna walk you all through.
Step by step.
We're gonna tell us a little bit of our experiences and
know the usual things. Going on the app.
I'm carrying up.
I think a lot of the time we don't realize how much things that we're carrying that not serving us or not doing us good. And it doesn't always have to be like something external, like people, for example.
Correct.
But it can be like your own thoughts, like you carrying thoughts and beliefs that hindering you from getting things that you actually want.
It's really a lot of things. It could be even certain places that you have bad memories. It could be the way that you were brought up, the way that you were was this episode that we did, okay, I can't remember that right now, but it's really a lot of things.
Where you were talking about how in certain families, if your family is racist, for example, having to like break out of those, like the way you were raised, essentially.
So this is a big one, and I feel like we didn't do a serious
in a while.
So we're ready for Alia.
We're ready. We're ready. So ready.
Ready for letting go.
Man. It's the remix.
What I would say too is, you're gonna make the episode now start, and I was like, right, I have this thing pinpointed in my brain. Anyway, so let's move forward.
You got this.
So many times, like you said, we don't even realize the how much certain things have an effect on us. And because we are so emotionally attached that sometimes the thought of that person, place, whatever it is, not being there, it's fearful. We don't know how to carry on and live our lives without it. It's kind of toxic, and it is very toxic. But sometimes it's because it's coming from that place of fear. Fear keeps us from withholds us from doing so much with our lives. We have to risk it. Because when you do, that freedom that you feel it's amazing.
Sometimes we don't realize like the extent to which fear is keeping us stuck, because sometimes it's like, when somebody asks you like, what are your fears? You could think of some general things, like maybe like, okay, fear of failure, like maybe you're scared of like a certain animal or something, like general surface level things. But if you start digging, you realize there's so much fear in all these like nooks and crannies of places that you didn't think fear would be. Right? So like, for example, right? People who, like you're saying you want peace, right? But you are surrounded by friends who like bacchanal. Right? And it's like the fear there that I don't realize is, okay, maybe I am afraid to be alone. So I'm saying, yeah, I want peace, but the people around me show that I am not valuing my peace.
Correct.
But I don't realize that because I don't realize that I'm afraid. I'm afraid to let people go because I don't know if I'll get back a friend like that. I don't know if I'll be alone for this amount of time. And it's just, you're not making the decisions you need to make because you're afraid.
Yeah. I think sometimes too, certain people show you so much new experiences that you never thought were like, that wasn't in your mind. And these people show you these amazing experiences.
Yeah.
And you create such a bond with
them over that, yeah.
Over that certain experience. And it's really tough to let go. And it's a lot.
Yeah, I understand. It's never easy. Like releasing in general is never easy. And even when you know, okay, I need to release this thing to get what I actually want.
Yeah.
That still doesn't necessarily make it any easier. Like in your head, it's like, okay, logically, I know this is what I need to do. But to actually action it,
yeah,
is hard.
I think too, when it comes to letting go of things, the reaction that you get from the people around you as well.
Yeah.
I feel like that needs to be talked about because it's sometimes you try to step back from a person, you like everybody know you and that person so close.
Yeah.
And not everybody's asking questions or
what's going on with it?
Yeah. And people just need to mind the business sometimes. Because so often too, like there are so many toxic people that seem such like people's person. Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, nah, I get the wrong vibe from that person. And it's like,
yeah.
Like I don't understand how, but and they'll be making the victim feel like they are in the wrong.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know.
Real. That, like, if you can see the face that Amirah is making right now, that accurately, like, summarizes the frustration in dealing with these situations. But it's like, in order to get the life that you want, you have to pass certain challenges, right? And one of those challenges is not allowing external influences to, like, hinder your decision making. So it's like, you know that when you release this toxic relationship or toxic friendship or whatever, that people are gonna respond a certain way. They're gonna say, how she could, like, that was such a good man, like, how she could give him up, or like, they were such good friends, like, how she could end that friendship, you know. And you know the truth, you know that you need to let this go to get what you actually deserve. You can't worry about what people will say, how they'll react. If your parents like your boyfriend, but you know you had to break up with him, and you worried, and it's like, no, you know you deserve better. Forget what everybody else saying.
Yeah, and it's like, trust me, I've been through. We both been through
some shit, man.
And it's hard to block out the noise of it all. And it could even be like you trying to pursue a new venture that sometimes people wouldn't even necessarily understand.
Yeah.
And sometimes secondly, people always try to push like negative things onto you. And it's a process, but it's all part of growing.
Yeah.
Again,
it's learning.
Yeah, it's because I mean, come on, it's life. You're gonna be, you gotta put in your work. Like, I mean, we always say that. And this is a part of it, letting go and releasing is a part of all of that. Yeah.
Because even when you look at life, right, like nature, right? The trees, for example, they grow in, yes, but they losing leaves at the same time.
Yeah.
Then it's not just constant growth, and you don't lose anything. There's no way to get through this life without giving up stuff.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to grow. Because if you're trying to like keep everything, I want to keep this relationship, keep this friendship, keep going to these toxic places, you're not going to grow.
Correct.
The only way to grow is to release something.
Just like a snake sheds its skin.
Like, per.
Yeah, you have to release things and people and all of that, because that's the only way you will grow.
Exactly.
Yeah? You can't, like you said, you can't want to keep everything and expect, because that mindset, if you want to grow, you cannot be around people and places and have experiences that are with small-minded people and like have negative views on life and all of that is you have to surround yourself with people like-minded individuals.
Yeah. But sometimes like-minded is not always good, eh?
True.
Because it's the whole group toxic, the whole group just like in this victim mindset or whatever, and it's like you all are feeding each other negativity. Yeah. So everybody is staying stuck. So it's like, you want to be around like-minded people, but people who could feed your growth. Yeah. And who could like bring you, like you say you are experiencing a tough phase in your life, right?
Yeah.
You want to be around people who could help you get out of that.
Yeah.
Who could pour into you, help you see that a better life is possible.
Yeah.
And they don't have to like rescue you from the situation, Sometimes it's just people who could actually encourage you, who could see that you're meant for more.
Correct.
And, speak life into you and that sort of thing.
Yeah. That's true. I would say only a couple years ago, I, for the first time, got friends in my life that would tell me and communicate openly with me, like if I messed up.
Yeah.
And at first I didn't know how to feel about it.
Because it like hurts, like, damn.
Yeah, like, because I never had that before and I felt attacked.
Yeah.
And like I'm in this friend group and I'm seeing people blatantly pointing out each other as soon as they do something wrong or they do something. They talk to somebody in a bad way or they know they messed up badly. Not necessarily within that friend group, but with anybody else. And they pull up on you. Accountability. And I was like, damn. Isn't that kind of mean? But then as I went further into the friend group and, I realized that's true, real friends.
Yeah.
Because they don't feel any type of way when you pull up on them. When they tell you, well, X, Y, and Z was wrong, you should not do that.
Yeah.
They will talk about it. They will, and sort it out.
And it's just truth.
Yeah.
To have truth within your connections.
Correct, yeah.
That's important. Because the company you keep around you is important. Yeah. Especially when you consider how impactful your beliefs are on you getting to where you want to go. Because if you're around the wrong people, they will twist your beliefs about the world and about yourself. That's so true. So if you believe, well, the world is a hateful place, it have no love out here, it's just badness or whatever, and everything is a competition, everything is fighting, everything is we against each other, and you think, okay, it's every man for himself. When you go out into the world, that's how you're going to operate. You have this kind of pessimistic view of life. But if you're around people who are like, okay, we understand that we experience pain in this life, but love still exists.
Yeah.
It's not just competition. We could collaborate. Like they show you like, okay, you know how to believe this one thing. Mm-hmm. You know how to see everything as dark. It have light in this life still. Then that impacts your beliefs. It impacts how you talk with yourself and how you talk with other people and have relationships and stuff.
Yeah, it definitely affects, I would say, every single part of your life. And when you're so surrounded by I say they really like too much like-minded people, even if they're so toxic, you're not going to realize it when you will start becoming that person more and more every single day. Because
it's like the norm.
Exactly.
It's all there is.
And you don't know what is right.
Yeah.
You don't know what is better.
Yeah.
And you think you know what is better. You think you do
this is all there is. Yeah.
Because that's all you know too.
Yeah.
Right? And you're thinking, well, yeah, I'm at the top of the world and this is great. But eventually, like when you start to step up further and further, just like I would use this example, same as growing up in a family that is like super religious and like all of that. It so frees your mind to think a certain way. When you step out of that, you realize,
whoa, like this is completely different. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's crazy.
It really is.
But I want to talk about, like, as we talk about, obviously, releasing and receiving, coming down to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Right?
The perfect time.
This is the perfect time to talk about this. Because...
Like, don't wait for New Year's to now be thinking about, oh, this is what I want for the year. Like...
But, like, you always... as every year by, for me, like personally, as the 7th, 8th month comes around, I start thinking about everything I did for the year so far.
Yeah.
Like, well, I gotta do this better. Maybe I should have do this different. You think about how you feel emotionally and just generally, basically everything that went on in your life.
Yeah.
And you start to be like, I want to end off this year on a better note and I want to start the year fresh.
Yeah.
And that's where, a lot of changes. It's like, I just talking like for me personally, I realize a lot of my changes happen in the latter part of the year.
With the reflection.
And I think I start the year a little slow.
Right.
Because I was thinking back to that the other day and I'm like, I started my blog mid-year. The podcast started mid-year.
Okay,
and I realized
seeing a theme here. Yeah.
After I go hard on myself and I make myself feel so bad that it's like, no, I have to pursue something. Because I will eat at myself too much. I will feel like I have wasted my time.
Right.
But anyways, let's talk about going back to the emotional side of it.
Yeah.
It gets very heavy when you think about all the things you coulda, shoulda, woulda done.
Yeah.
And all the friendships, relationships, whatever you are part of that's draining you and just taking. You think about everything that's taken so much
from you. Yeah.
And you get to that point and you're like, nah, I have to make a change.
Yeah.
And for me, again, that mostly happens in the latter part of the year.
Yeah. That's interesting because I have I do this weekly reflection and strategy journaling, right? I started that this year. So that's something I kind of wanted to share as well. Like, we don't have to wait until it gets to rock bottom, until you're feeling bad about yourself to say, okay, well, you know what? I need to change something. I need to do some introspection and see what could be different, right? You could do this at any point in time. So, I mean, weekly works for me. And what I usually do is I will write what I remember about the past week that went. I try to do it on a Sunday. Sometimes I'm not always exact with the week.
Yeah.
But like we say today, right? If I journal today, it would be me reflecting on last week. Anything eventful that happened, any tough emotions that I experienced, anything I learned. And then I will do a strategy, which is okay, if I experience something that I didn't really like, or I noticed that I was rough on myself, I was talking down to myself, my strategy would be, okay, maybe I need to do some more positive affirmations here. Maybe I need to move more sometimes and not move my body, and sometimes you just need to exercise and get things out. So I'll do my strategy based on that reflection, right? And I think doing a regular, even if it's once a month, you just observe, okay, what I did this month, I'm feeling something lacking here. What I could change in my next month to make it more productive or make me closer to where I want to be. That is necessary, I would say, for just analyzing what needs to be released.
Yeah.
What needs to be kept. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways that you could go about this introspection process and this releasing process, but that's just how I, navigate it.
That's interesting. For me, in my head, it's okay, every day I wake up, I have a chance to do something different and make myself better.
Yeah.
It's a daily, I sleep and get up, reset.
Yeah.
Right?
Always.
But for me as well, I know exactly what I need to do. And I tell myself, okay, well, tomorrow. And yeah, I'm a huge procrastinator. It is getting better now.
Yeah.
With the podcast.
Yeah, it's you have to.
Because I don't have a choice. It's a lot of work that goes into this podcast.
Yeah.
And from the posting how many times per day to all the video editing, which we don't even do.
Yeah.
Right? We don't have that on our plates, right? But all the things that we have to do is still a lot.
It's still a process, yeah.
And dealing with that,
yeah,
is you don't have time to procrastinate.
Yeah. How to get done.
So yeah, but yeah, you were talking about the ways you
like do process what I need to release, what I need to keep. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to talk a bit about acknowledging your like that first acknowledgement after realizing, okay, something needs to change.
Yes.
And that's a huge step.
Yeah.
That's the first step, and that's the
like if you don't accept that something needs to change, you're just gonna be cycling through like, no, I'm good. Nothing wrong with me. I don't need to change anything. My life is fine. Everybody else is the problem.
I want to kind of like use this as an example, but just like you're in a toxic or abusive relationship, right? Say the one partner who's getting abused, obviously they know.
Yeah.
They know, right? But it makes it hard for them to step away. And sometimes, even though you make that acknowledgement, the fear, like I was saying,
there's a lot of fear involved. And valid, but
you have to allow yourself to feel. You have to allow yourself to feel all your emotions and then process them individually, one by one. And I think once you process that and you acknowledge it, it gets a little bit better and you start to move forward from there.
Yeah.
And
it's shifting out of the denial.
Yes.
Yeah.
The denial, and sometimes you keep denying it because you think you're so stuck in there and you're so tired emotionally.
Yeah.
You're not going to see anything wrong. You're not going to see anything wrong.
And it's like, even if you know to yourself that something is wrong, it's like you begin to twist the perspective. Like, people who say, well, he hit me because he loved me.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So it's like, you know that something is wrong about you being hit, but you twist it to take the blame for it. Like, oh no, I am actually in the wrong here. And that's part of the denial. That's not true, like, acknowledgement and acceptance of a situation.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a distorted thing.
Sometimes we base all of that on our identity as well.
Of course. And how you feel about yourself.
Are not going to know who you are and find out exactly that person you are inside unless you let go and release. You release all of that you're going through, or if it's releasing from that personal thing, whatever it may be. Sometimes I'll say a person, sometimes I'll say a place, but it's basically everything, right?
Once it's not serving you.
Yeah, whatever it relates to you, whoever's listening, like whatever it relates to you, because I'm sure there's so many people listening right now that could relate to something like this.
Some aspect of it.
And just know, you're not alone.
Yeah.
We all struggle with letting go from something sometimes. And that's okay. You're human. We are humans. And everything takes time.
Yeah.
But we'll all get through this together.
Yeah. I believe that. I believe that. Once you action some aspect of releasing, you will grow.
Yeah.
Like automatically. Like, because I'm sure you could look at your life and see, okay, I could be thinking better here. I could be doing better here. I could be in a different place that is better for me. Like, there's so much that you could see needs to change and where work needs to be done for you to be in a better place.
Yes.
But you don't need to address all of that one time, Like, you could pick one thing. If you see, okay, there's this one area in my life, I'm going to focus on that and I'm going to release something in this aspect. The growth that you are going to witness from that is going to be so big.
Correct.
And I don't think people understand that. Like, you don't have to have it all together. Once you show yourself and the universe or whatever that you are committed to wanting better for yourself, things are going to work out for you.
Yeah. I want to mention, and we did an entire 2 episodes on this, but boundaries.
Yeah.
Setting boundaries in the midst of all of this.
Yeah, you have to.
Because you need to establish healthy boundaries with people, situations that may hinder that healing process.
And the growth, yeah.
Yeah. Because while you're doing that and while you're healing, you also need to like limit your interactions, or if you're online and you're seeing like block that person or whatever the case, limit that.
I used to be scared to block people, you know.
Blocking left, right, and center.
Listen. I used to be so scared. And it was like fear of like, oh no, like what if they like come and like attack me or something, or they like take this strong offense to being blocked.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think it's better to just not respond or just leave them there. But now it's like blocked. If you even look a little, like somebody come and follow me, right? You have no posts, no mutual followers, nothing. You have no picture of you on your account. Blocked. I don't know.
That's
who you
weird.
are. Like
the ops coming to spy.
Yeah. I like sometimes it's be like, I don't know if it's like I'm paranoid and thing, but I would rather take my chances and I'd rather not take the chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. You getting blocked.
No, I think I don't like really block like that, but like if you see you viewing my story and I don't know you and you continuously viewing my story, then that's where I will hide you from seeing my story.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why then I realized that happens and I'm like, you weird. Like,
and you know something? Why I trust the feeling too? Because not all the time I will get a feeling. Like somebody might follow me, they might not have any posts or whatever, and I don't feel weird about it.
Yes.
So the times that I do feel weird, I'm like, what is it that is making me feel this like thing? So trusting yourself is important in this whole process.
Yeah.
Trusting yourself and trusting like, okay, I feel the need to set a boundary here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to block this person or do this thing. I'm going to set these boundaries. Yeah.
It's really important to navigate that and learn and grow from that. Setting boundaries. We all know, refer back to our 2 episodes we did back on boundaries.
Yeah.
That would be great. Like, cut. Go look at
that
episodes right now, then get back to this.
Yeah.
Okay, you should do that right now. It's also important to shift your perspective.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
that's everything.
You know, for me personally, I am a very half glass kind of gal. And I think I can speak on behalf of Raven as well.
Yeah.
You know,
half full.
Yeah, half. I don't know what did I just say?
You said I'm half glass. half glass girl. So I was like, that could go anywhere. Yeah.
You all know what I mean. Yeah, and you always have to look on the bright side of things, even when you're going through a lot. Identify and challenge the negative thought patterns.
Yeah,
that keeps you stuck in the past. Yeah, and just move forward. You don't get bogged down for long. We all go through things, and just try shifting your perspective. And I know it may be hard to see, to see life on the other side,
and you're not there yet. Yeah,
I could promise you, stick with it for a little while. Yeah, and you'll see the change eventually.
Yeah,
you'll see the change.
Yeah, I want to add to that about the beliefs. Like, what you believe is what will manifest in your reality.
So true,
right?
Yeah.
So, like, for example, right? People who think, okay, nothing in life comes easy. I need to grind and I need to sacrifice my body and my health and my spirit in order to get what I want, right?
Yeah.
That'll be the reality for you. You will be putting in work and you'll find, well, nothing really working. I had a grind, I had a sacrifice, I had a sleepless nights, whatever, in order to get what I want, because that's what you believe. And somebody else who thinks, oh, life comes easy to me. Anything I want, I'm gonna get it. What do you think will happen? That's how it's going to be for them. That is what they're going to experience, because their beliefs structure the reality that you experience. That is the power of them, yeah.
I was thinking back, it was like last week or sometime, and thinking about this podcast. And to think a year ago, what a year ago, a year and a half ago at this point, it was a thought. And I thought that it was kind of hard to believe that it could actually
be real.
Yeah. And picture that. But for some reason, it kept just coming at me. And like again, I think I mentioned this already on the podcast. Like we had a meeting and we went silent for a while. And I think I messaged you back and I was like, something. It was like hindered, but at the same time, it was like, nah, boy. I just feel like I had to keep going at it. And to see where the podcast is now.
Yeah.
Just by manifesting. Or just by manifesting and envisioning all of that.
Yeah.
Is manifesting.
No, literally.
And sometimes, like, going deeper into this, I'm just reaching for the most right now.
Yeah, as you should.
And
because that's what you'll get.
So many things happening behind the scenes, obviously, we can't talk about right now, right? But I didn't think like certain things were possible. And they're happening like butter.
Yeah.
And to keep going on. So you guys do the same. Manifest the hell out of anything you want.
Yeah.
Be that half full glass kind of person.
And it starts with your beliefs. Yeah. Shift your perspective.
Yeah. Shift perspectives.
Sometimes you don't see where the shift needs to happen though. So it's like another example, right? With relationships, right? You might be saying, okay, I want to experience love, like true love and thing, right? But then you're like in these situationships and you're saying, oh, well, it's nothing serious. It's not, I know it's not what I'm looking for, but it's nothing serious. But what you are communicating through your actions to the universe is, this is what I want. Because if it's not what you want, then why are you accepting it? So in these situations, whether it's friendships, it's places that you're going and whatever, it's not what you actually want, who you actually want, where you actually want to be, but you're still there. You are communicating that is what you want.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like, is this straight off the topic? I feel like this situationship thing, I feel like I never fully understood that. Like for me,
it's just a lack of commitment thing.
I don't know. I like
the one situationship that I had, like messed me up for life, bro. Like I'm good now, but it was like, a lot.
For me, I would rather go all in just to have somebody who halfway there and still, like, obviously you're not committed to that person, would obviously be free with whoever else they want to be with. And that's kind of like,
yeah.
That's kind of straight to make words.
It's just, it's not, it does not align. And I mean, sometimes it's like, okay, if you don't want to commit, right? You are like, I just want to mess around or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then that person, they also want to mess around. Okay, well, both of you want the same thing and it will work out. But if you are somebody that knows you like commitment, you like giving your all to somebody and you want them to give their all to you, then you cannot be in a situationship. It's not what you want. You're not going to be fed like your soul. Literally, it's like your soul is dying being there because it does not align with what you know that you want.
And you always feel like something is missing. There'll be a void.
Exactly.
Yeah, but everybody has to go through.
Yeah, that's how you
have
learn.
to go through it to learn.
Yeah, and that's sometimes this being in this situation is how you realize that, oh, I have a belief here somewhere that is not like congruent with what I actually want.
Yeah.
Because it's like sometimes your beliefs could clash, right? So you are saying, okay, I want love. I want true love. But you have a belief somewhere in the back of your mind that says, nobody loves me, or I'm incapable of being loved, or, nobody will ever accept me. So because you have those beliefs in the background running your system, you end up in these situations settling for less because you don't think that you could get better than that. Or, it's like, even though you're saying this is what I want, you're getting these things because in the back of your mind, that is what you actually believe.
Yeah.
So that is what is manifesting.
I don't want this to sound harsh, but it's like, it's things that you like missing from yourself. You'll try to go find like that person.
Definitely.
And is you have to, it all has to come from within. You have to fix that from within. Not to say like
exactly
a healed person is, I don't really believe in like 100%
healed. Yeah, you're always healing. Yeah,
because everybody imperfect, nobody perfect.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly.
But it all stems from the work that you have to do within yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and once you start doing that, of course, you myself, you make mistakes, but you know,
yeah, because we don't realize just how much in terms of releasing to receive, right?
Yes,
we don't realize how much beliefs we still have from like our childhood or whatever. Even though it doesn't need to be somebody actively telling you was worthless or whatever. But if your experience with your caregivers or in school or whatever made you feel like an outsider or just lonely, it affects the beliefs that you build up about yourself. And you don't realize that it's still there. Like, you might think, okay, well, that was long ago and I good now, but you have to actively do work to release it. And you release it by replacing it with a functional belief. Like, you actively have to like rewire that.
That's so true. Like, I was very sheltered and conservative and all of that, and still I is Friday going out to a work event and had an dress, and I was like, that dress too short, And like, still with the clothes, and I'm like, I'm a big woman for someone, right? And the dress wasn't even like that short, but there's a simple thing to show like that, and it's like, she's like, you don't find your belly looking like this, and this looking like this, and I'm like, I don't think so though. And it took me a very long time to stand up for myself and say, well, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And it's like,
that's important.
I love my mom, but it's like sometimes she still sees me as like this little child in this certain light, and like, oh, I don't want you in, or like, again, the conservative, right? So like short, tight clothes and all of that. And it's like, not one person told me. Like, I genuinely asked.
I saw the dress, and it's not like no short thing.
Yeah,
like, that was like what, mid-thigh.
I genuinely asked if my stomach was actually like looking bad in it. Like, I said, friend one night, just like, do you think my dress is like looking too? She's like, yeah. I'm just like, no, you're looking so good. And I'm like, you see, sometimes it took me so long, the amount of times I would put on clothes to go out, and I just have to change and change and change, because it's like, she's like, the only negative thing she's pushing in my ear. And I think that just stems from a piece of how she was grown up as well.
Yeah, how she felt about herself.
Entire family is. Yeah. Right? So, like, in their minds too, it's like, only if you're skinny, you can wear certain clothes. And those will only look good on you if you're skinny. But it take me so long to change that and dress differently, with like start dressing differently with myself. And it's like that voice in your head. Yeah, it's still a challenge. But again, once I release that, and that journey, like,
you have to put a different voice in your head.
I started dressing, a bit more differently like last year before, and I started feeling so much more confident.
Yeah, I love that for you.
Yeah, we talk about so much of the releasing part, but let's talk about on the receiving part.
Yeah, you're right.
So again, like, for me, that joy I received, that freedom I received, that after confidence,
you would not have experienced that if you held on to those beliefs.
So what we're talking about receiving is not like actual tangible things we're talking about.
Everything will be tangible. Sometimes it's experiences.
Correct. But it's so it's like you open up a new chapter in your life.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like,
Yeah.
you know? So imagine all the things that you could release to make you receive.
Yeah.
Just think about that. That's amazing.
That's the inspiration for sure.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if I think about a toxic relationship, for example, that I was in and scared to release, right?
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, like I can't even really remember what was happening in my head at the time, but I know I didn't have as good of a relationship with myself as I do now. But right now, right, I'm in my healthiest relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
The most loving relationship. Like I love that man. And I would not have been able to experience this kind of love if I did not release the beliefs that I had in my head that kept me in those toxic situations. So yes, it's really receiving what you are actually deserving of, which is goodness for everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you did in life or whatever. Kinda. If you're a bad person, you're a bad person, right?
Yeah.
But we all deserve to receive that peace.
Yeah. There's peace of mind, you know.
Listen, peace of mind is one of the best things you could ever get.
For sure.
Even though when you're in a toxic situation and you leave that, even if it's like the place that you reside in, and you leave that environment, you're not so anxious and the stress is less. And
stress is less. What? Cat in the hat. Come on, man.
So it's a lot, but it's amazing.
It's worth it.
It feels like so this is recently I started taking ashwagandha, right? I'll find out, but it feels so like when I take it, what I realized so far, I'm a very anxious person.
Yeah.
And it feels like I know I'm anxious and the anxiety is there, but I'm reacting more calmer.
Right.
My reaction is a lot more calmer. So, and like, I'm not connecting the dots. See, that's not connecting my brain. But yeah, so when you leave that space, the peace
is accessible. Yeah.
So yeah, I forget what I was linking back the ashwagandha too, right? But we'll get there eventually. When
I believe in you.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
So, yeah.
Yeah, man. Releasing on different levels, mental level, and then on a external level, the actions that you choose, and then what you receive will be equal to like what you have released. Sometimes is much more, you know.
Yeah.
So like you release like this one negative belief, and what you are able to receive because you release that one belief is like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like
so true.
If you I'm gonna talk about like confidence, right? So your belief is like you're not confident in yourself. You know, you don't think you could do anything good, right? And you release that belief, right? And you start to operate confidently. Like, you know how much opportunities you have access to?
Yeah.
When I was in secondary school, right? Like I also had I had really bad anxiety. So my rule, I had rules to myself, which was essentially just like, don't do anything. No sports, no clubs. Like you can't be embarrassed if you don't do anything. Because like I've seen people play sports, they playing volleyball and saying you fall down in front of the whole school. Like it's just like I've witnessed people experience disasters during their trying. Yeah. That I was like, I can't try anything because I don't want to fail or be embarrassed or disappoint a team. Like the thought of me being the reason that my team loses and everybody vexed with you and thing like that shit, like I could not. I get that. So when I was in primary school, I was in my school's choir. Right, I remember you saying that.
And it was really nice. I loved to sing. Even since I was like a little child, I just loved to sing, right? And I was like, you know what? I pushed myself and I joined the choir. It was really nice. I got, like, the teacher used to tell me I was the only one in the class who used to actually sing properly. I'm like, oh, that. We were kids, right? Yeah. So I really enjoyed it. And then we had to do this competition, sing this parang song. Yeah. It was very, very nerve-wracking, but I pushed through it and I did it. And that felt great. Yeah. But it was in front of people that I didn't know, right? It wasn't in front of my schoolmates where everybody knew me and could laugh at me afterwards or whatever, because the outfit was also horrendous. If you all saw that outfit, crazy. Anyways, so we got second place in the competition. Okay, sure. And then we had a school event. I think it was for Christmas or something. And they wanted our choir to sing a song, right? On stage. And I went up to my teacher and I was like, I can't do it. Yeah. I told her, I was like, I can't do it. She's like, what do you mean? She's like, you performed. I was like, no, I can't do it. And I quit that day. And I never did anything like that since. I refused to even put up my hand in class if I knew the answer. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't even do that. If my soul wanted to do something, I was like, stop. No. Like, yeah. No. And that's how it usually for me too. The amount of opportunities that I know I've missed out on. I think about that and I grieve that sometimes. I'm like, if I had just like put myself out there, or just more confident, or just was open to failing. Yeah. You know, open to accepting a little embarrassment to get where I need to go. Yeah. There's so much I could have been doing, so much I could have been able to experience. Yeah. But I'm glad that at some point I realized something needs to change. Yeah, because it came to a point where I refuse to let myself feel this way again. Yeah. There's so much opportunities out there. And look, we would not be doing this if we did not shift that perspective, if we didn't start believing in ourselves. Yeah. If we didn't start like trusting our voice. Yeah. Like, we have to fail to win. Yeah. You have to fail to win. Nobody goes through life with just wins alone. Yeah. You have to release to receive. Yeah. You have to let go of what you think will happen. And what will happen to receive the better things in life. Yeah. And I'm glad you said release what you think is best. Yeah. Because all those decisions we made because we thought it was protecting us. It's really not. Yeah. You think it's protecting you, but it's just holding you back. Yeah. And you're capable of so much, like the potential within us, bro. Yeah. And I feel like I will make reference to this podcast because like this podcast is my testimony. Yeah, boy. Testimony. Yeah. This is like my lash lady was telling me, big up my lash lady. Yeah. So we were in our car doing my lashes, right? Wow. On the gold lashes, bro. So she was telling me about a car testimony, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. It was like this whole she's just a very religious person. Mm-hmm. And she's like, she's really my religion, but she's telling me, you know, this is her testimony from all her prayers and like all of that. Yeah. And like, you know, so like your testimony, even if you're not a religious person, you could have a testimony. Yeah. Yes. Put in that work into yourself. Yep. All that work, because as humans, we naturally tend to give a lot to the people that we love. Yeah. And we care for. And you want to do most for them, but you're not giving yourself that same. Yeah, you have to. Because nothing wrong with giving. Nothing at all, yeah. It had to be equal or give more to yourself. Yeah. It can't be uneven. And honestly, it's really not selfish to want to give yourself more. Exactly. Because the lies we were told. I don't really believe in the statement, all you have is yourself. I don't believe it, yeah. But sometimes it's like... You need to prioritize yourself. You need to prioritize yourself. Yeah, you really do. Because you were born alone, you're going to die alone. You know, like in a... I don't believe that. I feel like I'm still trying to figure out that. Like... Because, I mean, you didn't just appear into thin air. Like, your mother was in your room. She was pushing you out. The nurses and the doctors in the room, the people who were present, you were not alone, and somebody had to bury you. I mean,
but I understand the sentiment. I think that is like, it's a skill, right? And it's like you either neglecting yourself and overgiving for everybody, or you are completely selfish and you only think about yourself and you're not like, you're like just mean to people and stuff. You know, like selfishness like at the expense of others.
Yeah. I think that's
so. It's like for both people, it's like just find the middle ground of like, I could choose myself and want to give to myself and want the best for myself while still giving to others and want the best for them too. And just, you know, it's a little dance of like, sometimes I could do more for you, sometimes I could do more for me, sometimes I'll be able to show up for you, sometimes I won't. And it's just, the, what do you call that? Like symbiosis. Just finding that balance.
I read something the other day, but I heard something the other day. I was watching TikTok and they were talking about love. Oh, it was this video from Haley Daily on. She's on do TikTok videos. I don't ever see when I go on our videos, you know who she is. Anyway, she was talking about like love and whatever, and she's like, love comes at the cost of inconvenience. A lot of times. Yeah. And I was thinking about that, I was like, you know, that's so true. Yeah. And sometimes you need to, like, that could also apply to yourself. Yes. You need to inconvenience yourself. I say inconvenience, right? Because it's not easy, right? Because it's not easy. You need to inconvenience yourself to love yourself. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah. Because like all the work that I had to put in, that's not convenient.
It's not.
At a point, it's like it would be easier for me to hate myself than to restructure and do all these things and pour into myself and speak life into myself and choose what is good for me, release toxic friendships, which is not easy to do. Hard. It's isolating, and it's like, like it would just be so much easier to just be unloving toward myself.
It's hard sometimes to put in so much work, and then you will have slip-ups, and you know, it's so hard sometimes to be constantly aware of every single thing you're doing and you're saying and all the thoughts you're having to analyze them, and sometimes you just overthink it so much. All that gonna happen is it's tough. But it's all worth it. I must say it's really all worth it.
Yeah. I would better this than living unconsciously and just like in the shadow of your traumatized self.
Yeah.
Like your trauma leading the wheel and saying, stay in this toxic relationship, and this man reminds you of your dad, so go after him. Like, you know, you're trauma driving and you just in the backseat, just going through shit. Yeah. And it's like, no. Yeah. Take responsibility, take control, release all that junk, and allow the life that you're actually deserving of to find its way to you.
All right, So
come on, man.
I guess this comes at the end of our episode.
And end of our episode, end of the year. Yeah, like the way that I have no concept of time. Yeah. Like this feeling like we just sit around and chat. And we forgot. But it's been almost an hour.
The clock is not here today. Yeah, so we had our background peeps like 10. But we are releasing an episode after this.
It'll be fun. It'll be a fun one.
Well, I guess obviously some people would know.
Yeah, because they could have been interviewed.
Yeah, you hear that? Interviews.
Wink, wink.
So our next episode is actually the last episode. Well, not this episode. The one after.
Yeah. Well, the last official episode.
Yeah, of the season. So we'll start a fresh new season as January starts, season 2.
Yeah.
Of Unfiltered.
That's crazy.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
So I really enjoyed talking about this topic today, releasing and receiving. And we hope whoever is listening here, you all could release something. Yeah. You know what? We're giving you all homework.
3 things.
Release 3 things that's not serving you anymore.
Yeah.
analyze yourself, analyze your life,
reflect, do some introspection, take some notes,
and you receive what's meant to be for you.
Yeah. You can probably also like write 3 things that you want to receive.
Yeah.
And then like 3 things that you think you need to release in order to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That should be fun. We could do that too.
Yes. Let's give ourselves homework as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
this was good. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.